We founded ourselves because we believe that sometimes it takes a woman to recognize the special needs of another woman.
It started with women listening to women. More than 35 years ago, our founders realized that in humanitarian crisis, the voices of women were missing. The global failure to listen to women and meet their needs was causing them serious and needless suffering. So we made the world pay attention with a clear demand. The humanitarian community must listen to refugee women, and it must respond. The United Nations heard us and took action. For the first time, the UN issued clear guidance to make sure humanitarian organizations include refugee women in decision-making. This guidance is still used to this day and extends to others who have been historically excluded from the spaces where decisions are made. From our earliest days, we have recognized the power of women to make change. We have centered the voices of refugee women in the halls of power, grown our expertise, strengthened our advocacy, and improved lives. When we learned from women and girls in Sudan, Haiti, and Nepal that they risked being raped when collecting firewood to cook for their families, we took action, getting clean energy cook stoves to women in refugee camps so they no longer had to put themselves in harm's way. When we heard from refugees with disabilities that nobody was listening to them, we asked what they needed. What we heard was, we don't want to be told what we can't do. We want to be asked what we can do. So we issued the first ever report on refugees with disabilities, which the United Nations has used to improve the humanitarian response for all people displaced by conflict and crisis. In conflict zones like Sudan, Myanmar, and Afghanistan, we have seen too many refugee women and girls suffer and die because of inadequate reproductive and maternal health care. So we've gone all in. We launched a groundbreaking study on reproductive health care for refugee women, co-founded a global coalition of reproductive rights advocates, and despite challenges, including the expansion of the global gag rule, we are working to ensure that humanitarian organizations provide basic yet life-saving reproductive health care, including emergency contraception, delivery care, and access to safe abortion to all refugee women. Together, we've saved hundreds of thousands of women's lives. From helping found the first ever global network of refugee youth, to building economic empowerment through cash assistance and other programs that support refugee resilience, to sounding the alarm on inhumane immigration enforcement practices in the U.S., including the separation of families and the detention of pregnant women and children, to championing every refugee woman's right to make her own decisions about her body, her family, and her future. The Women's Refugee Commission is guided by what we learn from displaced women themselves. They know what they need, not just to survive, but to thrive. Today, more people than ever before are displaced by conflict, human rights abuses, the rise in authoritarianism, and climate change. We are doing all we can to monitor and mitigate the harm caused by sweeping policy changes and funding cuts to ensure that the humanitarian system is more responsive to the needs of refugee and migrant women and girls in the U.S. and globally. From the homes of refugees to the halls of power, the Women's Refugee Commission is building a better future because when women support women, anything is possible. Join us.